All right, let's talk about this case study. So this client right here was working with a different company when we first came in. Now things were kind of inconsistent. He said the lead quality was pretty up and down. Now when I came into the campaign, I noticed that basically it was weird because we came in and then results just plummeted immediately, and I'm wondering why. But what happened was the account got limited, so we had to work within that. So eventually, we transitioned to running two ad accounts to be able to get off a little bit more spin, and that's what's limiting us right now. So basically, he had retargeting, some simple supplemental ads, and then the ads he was looking to scale. So what I did was I turned off all the other ads that weren't working as good, and then I consolidated spin all into the scaling campaign with one ad. And then when we created the second ad set, we took the winning ad, put it in there only in its own ad set, and ran that. So that's at about 30 something dollars a day, um, while the other one is at around the same amount. So that's why we're seeing around a consistent amount of $75 per day in spend. And what we did was we were able to close three deals. One is about to pay the second amount. One just had $100 deposit, and that should come in any day now, where it's the rest of the program amount. So ROAS is going to be even better. But the current issues we're facing and we're improving on is basically this limitation is really holding us back. We're trying to get to 30K cash collected, and we're pretty much in the last part of this month. We're in Q3 of this month. So, of course, you have yearly quarters, and then you can have monthly quarters too. So we're in the third week of the month. We started off in the second week of the month. So we don't have that much time to hit those numbers. So we're really just trying to increase the amount of spin we can get, since it's working and we can kind of put some fire on it. And then we're going to get some new creatives going in. Now, what we are able to do is optimize funnel, optimize KPIs, and then build everything out from there. So I'll show you the KPI launch sequence I created for this client to allow us to know our numbers we need to hit to scale. So this is the KPI launch sequence that we created to basically know what we need to do to hit his goals. And we do this for all of our higher level partner clients. So our deal is more of a rev share retainer structure deal. Depending on how much revenue you're already doing, we either do more rev share, less retainer, or more retainer, less rev share, depending on our involvement in increasing each KPI, other than just lowering the front end costs and optimizing your ads and scaling them. So basically, we lined up the KPIs. So he needs a 20% opt-in rate, clicks to leads. He needs a 30% scheduling rate, and then he needs a 60% show-up rate and a 20% close rate. Now, with all of this, he needs 480 leads, and then 480 leads at all these KPIs. When it downflows, you'll have 21 closes. Now, the average cash collected would be around 1,400, and that would lead us to hit 30K. Now, what I like to do is I like to leave a little space in between these numbers, so that we're optimizing for the best, but even if we don't hit the best, we're still going to hit the target. So right here, we're going over the current numbers, and then seeing with the current numbers, what do we need to hit the target. So the total difference in spend, so as you can see, 750 leads versus 480. That's a significant amount. But the spend difference is only by about $1,000 in difference in spend. So we can literally keep the same exact statistics that he has already, and then just scale, as long as the ad performance is relatively consistent, and then we're able to just push more spend. And yeah, that's kind of the details of this. This really just gives you a really clear idea of what you need to be hitting to get where you need to go. So if there's ever a variable that is not performing the way it needs to, we look at, or I would say analytic that's not performing the way we need to. We look at the variables involved in that. So everything involved in the show rate, well, let's say everything involved in the close rate. So, okay, did you frame the call right? Did you follow the script? Did you ask for the close multiple times? What objections did you handle? Did you make sure that you basically were on the same side of the table and reduce risk for them? One of the things I was teaching to my sales reps when managing the 6-person sales team at the $160,000 per month company I was helping run, was that you have to get on the same side of the table as the lead or the prospect. Meaning, and I use this line, and you can steal it from me if you want, but I just want credit. I use the line, "Hey, I like you, and I want to help you to win, whether you work with us or not. So, what's your main concern?" Now, even for me, I made it up. I made that, but I kind of butchered it a little bit. But the idea is you get on the same side of the table. Now, that one sentence does a couple things to improve the likelihood that you can get over that objection and close the sale. It gets them to know that, hey, even if they don't buy, it kind of takes away the pressure. Now you're on the same side of the table with them, and then it lets them know that you have their best intentions in mind, right? Then from there, it just now opens it up with an open-ended question: what's their main concern? So now that their guard is down, they're going to be able to tell you what really is their concern. They might say, "Hey, I need to think about it," but of course, if you really know sales, that's a smoke screen. So if you say, "Hey, I like you and I want to help you to make the best decision, even if it ends in you not working with us. So, what's your main concern?" And you have to say it in a empathetic voice to make sure they feel heard and feel understood and feel like that's genuine, and it has to be genuine. And then they'll tell you what's really going on. They might say, "I need to think about it." After you say that, they say, "Hey, I'm not sure about the price." And then you get to break that down, see what the problem is, overcome that, get them to agree on a solution. What I like to do with objection handling is, hey, you get them to agree if they had a solution that they would buy, if that solution was there, and then you give them the solution and assume that they will buy. That's what I used to teach my sales reps. So if they say, I really think it's really the price, I'm not sure if I can handle all of that up front. And you were like, okay, interesting. If there was a way that I can get you in and allow you to kind of break it down into affordable payments so that you can already get all of the value in whatever you're selling, without having to pay everything all up front, would that work for you to get started? And they're like, yeah, actually that would work. And it's like, oh, absolutely. Well, then let's get started. We have a payment plan that allows you to get everything broken down into a few payments per month. So what I'll do is I'll send you that information and we can get started. And you assume the close from there because they agreed to a framework. You gave them a solution, and then you continue from there. Now, that's just a few of the variables that have an impact on the close rate. We understand the variables for every single KPI, which allows us to have full control over the funnel. A lot of people have bottlenecks in their system because, of course, they're not tracking, so they don't know the numbers. Where the bottleneck is, they just have a kind of, oh, it feels like this or feels like that type of situation going on where they're like, sales don't feel as consistent as they were. And you don't really know where the problem is. Are people not showing up? Or are people not closing? Are you getting hit with too many objections? You have to be able to kind of see what are the macro, big, and micro levers that are affecting your funnel. So that's kind of how that works. So we're able to help you full circle, and that's why we partner, because we're not just, okay, media buying, but of course we're really optimized on that end. But not only that, we help you with the whole funnel. So if we need to get into the trenches and give you some documents on improving sales or helping your sales team grow or optimizing show rate or optimizing schedule rate, speed to lead, tracking these things, that's what we do. And also when you work with us, we give you your own tracking sheet that we update either daily or every other day, depending on how much spin you're kicking off. So that's the information. After that, you should want to work with us. If not, there might be something wrong with your brain. Get that checked out. But you have a blessed day. Hope you like this. If you want to work with us, there should be a link in the description where you can contact us and we can get started. God bless.